My name is Michael Akin today, and this afternoon we'll be talking about. I've got Olasukomi Lujoba, a man who believes Arsenal will shock Liverpool. And for the Major Daniels, well, I'll tell him 10 reasons why Chelsea not likely to make the top 4. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Mike. Let me first respond to that. Chelsea is not trying to win the league. We are not.
You need to respond after telling you 10 reasons why Chelsea
are not
likely to make the top 4.
We are not planning to win the league. We are planning to make top 4, and we're going to make top 4, as you can see. So let's go ahead. Let's continue.
All right, dear listener, this is a maiden edition of the program. This is how we're going to be doing it every Monday afternoon, 2 p.m. to 2:30. Of course, we'll be talking about the EPL. Over the weekend, it was another shocking result for Manchester City. They travelled out of the Etihad Stadium and they got to the Anfield Stadium. And in 10 minutes, that team conceded. The defending champions conceded. And later on in the game, they conceded another penalty. Second goal from Mo Salah, the one hoisting African flag and Egyptian flag high in the United Kingdom. Mo Salah increases his tally in the EPL. Sukomi, I'm going to start with you. You believe Arsenal will shock Liverpool. Is that feasible?
Arsenal will play a catch-up. Definitely. We play catch up, and Liverpool's time, their trying period will come, but not now, not even in December, but definitely it will come.
A lot of individuals are talking about the December fixtures. A lot of matches will be decided, and some would say December fixtures will determine who wins the EPL.
It's always like, even in England, that who tops at the end of December, most likely there's every possibility for them to go on to win the league. But it happened to Arsenal. It happened to Arsenal 2 seasons ago. Although that season, it's just that Arsenal overachieved. This same season, Liverpool are also going to. They are already overachieving.
Oh.
They are already overachieving. The target is not for them to challenge. Definitely, it's with their thinking going to this season. It's a rebuild process. Their thinking will not be that immediately they will just start off like that and challenge for the league. But now they are already in contention. 9 points at the top of the league. So it's a 9-point lead for them. They find themselves there. It's quite unfortunate that Nottingham Forest actually handed them their first and only defeat so far this season. So for them, they will be cautiously optimistic that it's possible for them to win the title. It happened. They can, at the end of the day, fatigue will set in, and they might just bottle it. And this is where it is Arsenal that is likely going to play a catch-up.
You're talking about
is Arsenal, not Chelsea, that will play catch-up to Liverpool.
You're talking about Arsenal having issues with their players later on. Liverpool having issues with their players. What about Arsenal? Because Arsenal will be playing, Liverpool will be playing. If we talk about quality, if we talk about depth in the squad of Arsenal, you cannot compare what Arsenal is having at the moment with Liverpool at the moment.
Arsenal has more depth. Arsenal has more depth. Arsenal has more depth to Liverpool. Now wait. Take Van Dijk, take Salah. Leave Van Dijk, take Salah out of Liverpool. And it's the
we'll come back to the Liverpool issue. Minutes ago, the you did say the plan of Chelsea.
I'm interested in the Liverpool issue. Mike, please.
Wait, you need to wait now.
I'm very interested.
You did say that the plan of Chelsea not to win the league but to make the top 4. That's laughable. It's not possible for Chelsea to make the top 4.
Okay, I will tell you why it is possible.
Why?
If you look at the traditional top 6 in England, you're talking about Liverpool, you're talking about Arsenal, you're talking about Man City, you're talking about Chelsea, and you're talking about Man U. Man U at the moment, some of their supporters can be rejoicing and say they have turned the corner. I don't believe they have turned any corner, because the team they beat yesterday, out of the 13 matches that have been played this season, I've lost 6. I won only 2. I've dropped 5. So Everton, I don't consider Everton. Everton is not the kind of team that you beat and then you'll be rejoicing that you have turned the corner. I'm waiting for when Man U will play the tougher teams.
Like Arsenal,
surely I was telling Cowdy this morning that Arsenal will beat them on Wednesday. Now, like Chelsea and then every other. Now, what I'm telling you, if you look at the traditional six, how many of them are doing fine at the moment? Man City is not doing fine, and it does not appear that Man City will do fine anytime soon. Because I'll tell you their problem. If you look at Man City at the moment, you sure can tell just what happened to Arsenal when Odegaard had injury. Arsenal was not playing well,
but Arsenal was winning.
At some point, Arsenal were finding a way to win, but later on, it all turned against them. That was where Arsenal had back-to-back defeats.
Yes,
before they got the
You know why it don't work for Man City? Man City, they have a style, a way of playing. And one thing with Pep, I don't think Pep is ready to tinker with their way of playing, because I believe
perhaps so now.
For now, because I believe as a coach, if you're not getting it right, if something is not working for you, first match, second match, because in their last 7 matches, and I'm talking about the match in the Champions League, they have not won. So if something is not working for you, I believe you should tinker with your present arrangement and then do something so that you can start winning. They are not doing that. They want to stick with but what is their style? Possession football. If you watch the match yesterday against Liverpool, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, they couldn't do that. And getting the first shot on
this season.
And then somebody the few times that they got the ball, they were not able to cross over to Haaland. Haaland was not getting service from the midfield, and you don't want him with Haaland. Haaland is not the kind of striker that his work rate is not that good. He's not the kind of striker that will go drop back and then try to work for himself and score. He's not that kind of striker. He's a striker that relies on the midfield, on service, which is not getting at the way, and that's why when was the last time that he scored?
Now let's talk about the tactics.
As he was doing at the beginning of the season, having hat-tricks upon hat-tricks.
You just talked about the tactics of Pep Guardiola, who is not ready to change that for now.
I know in January he will go to the transfer market.
Sure,
he's planning to do that.
Now, for the new Liverpool manager who's been able to change everything.
Has he changed anything, Mike?
In terms of he has.
Mike,
he has.
I think he was handed a ready-made
before the club left.
Yes.
The winning mentality
at the beginning of was handed a winning machine.
One thing he's been able to do since he arrived, instilling that mentality. Yes, we'll win this match. You can see it in the faces of the players each time they step onto the pitch.
You know what Slot did, Mike?
What?
I mean, what Liverpool, the management of Liverpool, they looked at the team and they looked at club. Okay, where can we find a coach with a similar mentality, similar school of thought to club? And they did that. Not as Slot was so popular. They could have gone for somebody, a coach that was more popular. They didn't do
that. They even wanted Amorim in the first place. They wanted Amorim.
They went for somebody who aligned with their play style. So for me, I don't believe he has tinkered with a lot of things. I think it was under the winning machine that it may not be that bad, but with the EPL, something was just happening. I said it last season. If you remember, I told you that Arsenal will not win that league. I told you, but for me, this is my own personal opinion. I would rather Liverpool win the league than Arsenal. You know me.
That's
best club in London. That's
If you talk about the best London,
there is no gold-plated EPL trophy with Chelsea, and Chelsea can never get that.
And the only
one
is in North London. Let me tell you something.
And that's the only club in London.
Nothing in West London. Arsenal are like. How would I put it now? Arsenal are like somebody living on past glory, and in present day, in the world that we live in now, in the world that we Chelsea living in. I'm coming to that.
What's Chelsea living on? I'm not going to allow you to talk to that. I'm not going to allow you to talk to that. What's Chelsea living on now?
Present glory. We are.
Where is the past glory?
Same point with
2 seasons. Last 2 seasons when Arsenal was challenging for the title.
And you know what? We have a lot of rotation that will help us. Conference League is not as tough as Champions League. I mean, conference is not as tough as Champions League and Europa League. You know that. So because of that, if we were playing the Champions League, it would have been more difficult. The rotation that Chelsea is doing now, this team A, team B, wouldn't have been possible. Or the guys are playing the Premiership would have been playing in the Champions League. We can say, okay, all this team B go and play Conference League. Like we did during the week.
I do not know.
And then we come
if you are
weekend and then win.
I do not.
Is that a league like Conference League?
Sukomi, wait. I do not know.
Is that a league? No, that's Lucas League. No, that's Lucas League. Lucas League.
You know why we're in the Conference League?
Are you saying? No, why Chelsea is in Lucas League? Lucas League. You have to use that clause. Lucas League.
I want to complete our trophy cycle. We won the Champions League, the FIFA Club World Cup, we won it, the Europa League, we won it, we won the Premiership, we won the Cup. Now we want to win the Conference League.
The Losers League.
We want to complete a trophy cycle.
I do not know. This is EPL.
Which Arsenal have not been able to win any of it. This is last time we were in the Europa final. We beat Arsenal. That's why we want to talk about
if you just tune in,
when we added you our former goalkeeper and he worked for us.
If you just tune in, this is Adabaiti
God bless you, Peter. Wherever you
we are live in the studios, and of course we're talking EPL.
EPL Banter.
Yes, that's the title of the program. Before we go on a quick break, I'm so sure that the Major is now aware that a former Man United player, now a legend, a living legend, a respected and a reputable soccer pundit, already ruled out Chelsea.
That one that got beaten 7-0 with Sevilla. I got sacked after any games.
See,
already got 11. And then coach.
Some of these former players, some of these former players who are now so-called pundits, many of them did not even do well. Even as footballers. Gary, at the time he played for Chelsea, these were guys who didn't even succeed as a player, did not succeed as coaches, and you are now saying they are pundits.
Respected pundits.
Well, Mike, let's move on, please. We know pundits and we know pundits.
Okay.
We know
okay. Now, be a very crucial one for the man whose team, the team
to impress the new coach.
No,
we know the guys at Man United. Many of these players, Mike, you know them. You want to talk about that guy that scored twice yesterday? What's that guy's name?
Rashford.
We know this guy. They will fall back to their usual.
What's the usual?
They are not good. You are talking about Casemiro. All these guys are trying to impress the new coach. You know, Mike, there's always this momentum when the new coach comes into a club. Everybody is trying to impress the coach. Let's give them 2-3 weeks and let's see what happens.
What I see is Spartan since they arrived.
Amorim is a good coach.
Amorim, are you listening?
In January and at the end of the season, let him flush out some of these players.
Yeah, definitely will.
Not good.
Definitely
not good enough. Mike, that's the truth.
Flushing out.
How much did they buy Anthony? Mike,
it might not work for Man.
See, let me tell you something. As a coach, if at the end of the day he did not succeed, the buck stops at the stable. He will be the one to be kicked out. That's just it. Take the hard decisions at the beginning.
Definitely. The same
like Tinubu did with poor subsidy. At the beginning, take the hard decisions. If you want to be, yes, so that you.
I think the same way Arteta also he has
because
to do
you need guys who will play for you, not just for the club. Who can play for the coach? Who can say, "Oh, we want to play for our coach with our lives." How many of those guys at Man U today, Rashford and all of them, are playing for the coach?
Sancho now plays for Chelsea.
Yeah, and he's doing well.
Is he doing well?
He's doing well.
He is doing well. Yes,
he is doing well. Look at the last match; he did wonderfully well.
Even if presently
was substituted, it felt bad. I think it felt bad.
It felt bad. That's normal with top players. You want to stay to the end and still believe maybe you could get 1 or 2 goals in and all of that, especially when you know your team is leading. It happens to players. That was not the first time that it will be happening. But then, see, I believe when he was at Man U, because we've seen that happen on 2 occasions. He went away, he came back. He came to Man U, he was not doing well. He was loaned to
loaned back to Dortmund.
He did excellently well. He came back. He's at Chelsea now. And look at what Maresca said at the beginning of the season. He said something like, we need to show him love and all of that. For a coach to have said, I think the work environment for him at Man U was not so good. And when you are in a good work environment, you surely deliver. He's a good player. I think he's a good.
Sukami was very angry because that was a street win
against Fulham, right?
Yes, that was a street.
No, I would
that was a street win you gave.
There are two Tottenham.
And you can't write on Fulham. No. You can't write on Fulham.
Tottenham last season they had their chance against Manchester City.
Solanke was not in that match. He was not in that match. I think he had injury or maybe he was sick. So, but then.
No, if Solanke is there, I would not put my money on them for a straight win.
If you look at the history of Tottenham, Mike, you have a history of failure at the edge of breakthrough. That's how I put it. In the MFM balance. That's Mountain of Fire balance. Failure at the edge of breakthrough. No matter how
die by fire.
No matter how well they do, something will happen. And my advice to their coach, if he's serious about winning trophies, he should up and leave. That club is not structured to win anything. That club is not structured to do business. Buy players, sell them at the high. I believe that's at some point Arsenal was also structured like that. At some point,
I disagree.
At some point,
I disagree.
In the latter days of Arsene Wenger, Arsenal were structured like that. To buy all these infant players who were still feeding up the feeding bottle players.
That's another hate speech coming from you.
And then set them up.
That's another hate speech coming from you.
No, it was a feeding bottle team at the time.
That's another hate speech coming from you.
That was the truth.
In as much as Arsenal is even structured like that, Chelsea is also structured in a way to also kill talent, to also kill stars. Andriy Shevchenko, no matter Andriy Shevchenko was firing from us that he came to Chelsea, and have you also forgotten for Porto? He was firing from us that came to Chelsea. Chelsea finishes.
Just football lovers will tell you
every season. Chelsea killed every season. At the close season, the Jagaba will come to
I think you're so right.
The Jagaba will come to Ivory Coast.
I'll get to that.
How would you describe Chelsea?
Glory killer.
Mikel Obi is a Chelsea legend by all standard. He won everything that was to win with Chelsea. Chelsea did him well, did him a solid. Now you are talking about those are people who couldn't get their career at Chelsea because they couldn't fit. Many of these players wouldn't have fit in.
Shevchenko was a world-class striker
playing in another league. It's a different ballgame. You know the EPL. A lot of guys will do well in other leagues. When they come to the EPL, they will not be able to get it off. That's a fact.
But that's the same. The same thing happened. I will give you two.
When compare the Serie A to the Premiership, to the EPL, you may be doing well at the
Mike, I will not do another two examples. One class player. They did not gel.
Came to Chelsea.
Chelsea.
We're talking about the structure in Chelsea. Structure in Arsenal.
Chelsea nearly killed the career of Mohamed Salah. Now
Did he do well?
The same EPL.
Was he doing well?
Is he not doing well now? Even in the same EPL. Chelsea killed his career. Look at him at Manchester. A City legend.
Gas players. Major Lukaku.
They had to change clubs or else.
Lukaku is still firing.
Many of these
despite how big he is, how oversized he is, still firing.
What's it called? Mohamed Salah was not doing well at Chelsea.
The player in Chelsea was not doing well.
Yes, they couldn't even fit into the first 11.
It's that structure.
They had to leave.
It's that bad structure.
No,
Chelsea we're talking
they couldn't fit in that. What did they have to leave?
Now look at a structure like Arsenal. Mesut Ozil came in, fitting perfectly.
Salah went to Roma. What's Roma compared to Chelsea? Went to a lesser club and was scheduled to play regularly there.
He did well.
He did well because it's a lesser club. There were more stars at Chelsea.
What now?
We have a new structure at Chelsea now. Our team, the Chelsea team, is the youngest. They have the youngest age on average in the EPL.
with your Jackson that is dancing breakings and a clear goal scoring opportunities and a clear goal scoring chances.
Jackson a footballer.
15 chances he will score to.
He's scoring now.
15 chances he will score to. 15 goal scoring chances he will score to.
The only Jackson I know is number.
You are
the only Dimeji, listen. The only Jackson I know is dead.
Jesus and
the only Jackson I know is late.
A number 9.
The only Jackson. No, Jesus is the savior. Jesus is the savior. He's the only Jackson I know is no more. The only Jackson I know there is no player like Jesus with Arsenal. There is no player like Jesus with Arsenal. It is not Jesus. There is no player. You don't even get his name. You don't even get his name. We have Gabriel Jesus. The only Jackson I know, Gabriel Jesus plays for Arsenal.
Because in the Latin language, that's how it's pronounced. But in English, it's Jesus. Your Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus is the savior. Dimeji.
When was the last time he scored?
Dimeji.
That's your 9.
Are you telling me? Dimeji, let me ask you this. Another player who got you with mine. Let me ask you this. Let's talk about Jesus. Who is he as a savior?
Your Jesus is your savior.
Is Jesus